Hello everyone, it's Canadian Titan again, and we're looking at Card Creator. They just recently released a new version 2.3.0. And you can see here, look at this, they have a restore. You know what that means? That means autosave. I'm looking forward to that. I'm very happy about that. They also added in, finally, a quit button, which I don't think existed before, and I think this is a full screen button. So that's some interesting changes there. Let's go into new, and we'll create a new blueprint. Okay, and this is the normal blueprint thing that we're used to. You have the grid mode, you have the layers, the ability to flip it over and edit the back. I don't see anything too crazy here yet. Switch the size constraints. Again, it looks like we have the different sizes, but I still can't see the sizes in the square brackets. That seems to be broken for me, unfortunately. You can rotate the card, which is great. Let's see. Oh, there's some padding now. There's rotation. So that's interesting. Let's toss an image in there really quickly. And actually we'll grab it from that. Yeah, sure. Here we go. We'll grab me. There I am there. And we can rotate me. Oh, look at that. Sideways cards. I'm a sideways card. Let's add in some padding values. Look at that. We got padding. We got rotation. That's an interesting start, which by doing that, that means you can have a background. Let's say I want like a bright red background. Oh, no, that does a tint. This is not what I was expecting. Okay, let's remove the tint. I didn't want to remove the image. That was silly. Okay, white tint. There we go. Okay, white tint. And if we change the background layer to a green and we look at the content layer again. Okay, not exactly what I was hoping. I was kind of hoping that we could, by using the padding, have a different background around this zone here, around the image. But still, that's kind of cool. Throw the grid on. That hasn't changed. The slicing mechanic hasn't changed. You can have icons in the middle of your text now, apparently. So let's have a look at that. We have a card with some text. And now how do we get an icon in the middle of it? I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to figure that out. Again, it has padding, outline. Well, that's interesting. Let's try that out. I want a red outline. Oh, on the text. That's interesting. I don't know if you knew this, but you can actually use some basic HTML in this box as well. So we can do that, and we have some italic text. So that's kind of nice. Oh, I accidentally rotated it somehow. I wasn't even looking at the... Oh, and now I've made it small. All right. Oh, that's weird. Look, I think that's a bug. I found a bug. I'm good at finding bugs. Look, I can rotate the text. That's pretty fancy. All right, and then it goes all weird. So like I said, you can go ahead and add other things in there as well. Let's bold this text. Hello, and bold. Rotate back the way you're supposed to be. Let's make that outline a little faded, right? So that's a little bit more in line with the kinds of things that you do with it. You can do CardSet duplication. So not only can you create a new blueprint or link a blueprint, or you can duplicate blueprints too. Yeah, duplicate a blueprint. Blah blueprint. Okay, there we go. So now we have blah as well. I don't want to link. link. I think those are linked now, unfortunately. I'm not sure what I can do about that yet. Added fixed, so here's some of the new features, right? Inline graphic support, add your icons in the middle of the text. Added fixed project global variables. I don't know, we'll have to figure that out. Added custom project text replacing variables, which is neat. The content rotation in 90-degree increments is nice. The inner padding, that's nice. CardSet duplication. Let's see, oops, duplicate. So now I have 2 card sets here, and if I change this blueprint, I'll change the other one too, yep. And will it change the linked one? Nope. Okay, so this one, blah, stayed fine because it's using a different blueprint. But these are both using default, and these cards are both the same like that. So anything I do on this one will be replicated to this one, which will be replicated to these cards. But I could, if I wanted to say, you know, good guy, and change the background of the good guy is going to be green, and this is going to be bad guy, and of course that means the background layer, oops, come on, background layer is going to be, oops, we don't want that, we want tint. He's going to be more of a red, right? So now we have the same blueprint. So if I make changes to the good guy cards over here, this blueprint, I say, oh, we really want that to be more like that. Now we have bad guy over here with the red, and good guy here with the green, and we can have the exact same cards. So this makes certain things like what I've done for second class supers, the card game, a lot easier, which I like, because I have positive alignment and negative alignment cards, and they're the exact same artwork, the exact same text, pretty much all the same costs, but the alignment is different between them. All right, so I'm going to save that. What we got down here, that's the print, and we have the paper sizes, including what people have been asking for, which is kind of that normal letter and legal size paper as a standard on here, and then all the kind of ISO sizes. A4 I think is pretty much, yeah, I think it's pretty much the same as letter. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like the spacing for the letter is a little bit messed up. It looks like the margins are really large. Oh, yeah, anyways, card spacing, scale override. Lots of things we can do with this. That is really cool. Okay. Automated backup system. So it actually will save every time you make a change, which is great. Added 0 card spacing option in output settings so that card edges can overlap. Ooh, really? Let's see what that looks like. Export. Let's make the cards back to normal size. All card sets. And if you look, they are actually like butting up to each other. So instead of having what you had before, which is just a little bit of distance so that you could have like the cut marks, right? Like this. You can actually have them a little closer, a little closer, a little closer, and there you go. You can actually have them butting up to each other. So if your cut lines are a little bit off, no one needs to notice, because the close proximity of all the cards makes it so the backgrounds kind of overlap, and that makes it really good. Text color can now be overridden in card editor, which makes a lot of sense. Input fields and our text boxes now, which allow multiple line text addition. Oh, we got to try that out. That was kind of a pain in the butt before as well. So let's split that in half. We'll keep that as the image. Oops. Let's join those back together. We'll change this to be text. Hello there. My name is David. Font size 12. I don't know if that's working the way I was hoping. Let's find out. Oh, look at that multi-line input. Wow. So that'll make certain things really nice. One of the issues I had before is that I couldn't delineate lines. So if I wanted to have some, like, some fun quote from my character separated from the rule section, I either had to make 2 separate text boxes or just deal with the fact that, you know, you might not be able to do this, which is, I'm so glad to see that they've added this in. This is great. And again, I love the rotation. That's a lot of fun. So that's really good to see. Full screen toggle, exit button, and splash screen. We know that. Back button and blueprint editor. So yeah. Basically, it looks like either way you get to keep the changes you made. So why not add in an icon field. Let's see if they've done anything here. Well, it looks the same. I don't know if anyone is, so when I first started using this program, I didn't realize that this whole basic, like these icons here are not all the icons that it ships with. If you actually come up here and click this, there's actually a whole bunch of other icons that exist in this software. So make sure you have a look at that. And again, this has that wonderful margin ability as well. So we can actually assign an icon here now. Let's say this one and that color. And having that that ability to do the padding, it really lets you figure out how you want to do spacing. I wonder if you can do negative padding. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Oh, it looks like it might be. So like I said, it lets you control the spacing, so that's kind of neat. Looks like this got messed up somehow. Oh, I know why, because we split it. So one of the issues that I still have is that when you split a text box, it still doesn't retain the settings very well sometimes. So just be careful of that. You might lose some of your card text, and that's kind of a bummer. Letter and legal, text, full screen, back button, outline to radial menu to guarantee contrast. Add outline to radial menu labels to guarantee contrast. Sure. I mean, we did see in here there's outline, which is kind of interesting. What that allows you to do is, let's create another layer. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a slice here, we're going to put a slice here, and in between we're going to put some text. This is amazing text, right? And so the issue before was that if you had, you know, one color of text, you couldn't necessarily deal with that very well with the different types of backgrounds. So now you can go ahead and add in a really nice outline. So let's say a nice bright white outline. And you can't adjust the size of it, can you? No, it doesn't look like you can adjust the size of the outline. But at least you do have an outline now, so you can have that ability to make it your text a little bit easier to read, especially if you use kind of that old black and white trick, right? Either do you know, white text with a black outline or black text with a white outline, and you can kind of, you know, create the contrast that you need for it to be very easy for people to read, right? So this is a great example here. They fixed some crashes. They dealt with some undo issues. They said that they fixed the card dimensions not showing in the presets, but I mean, I don't see them. They're still not here. Hopefully that's a quick fix for them. I don't think it's worth necessarily putting out a patch or whatever, but it does still not show for me, which is unfortunate. And they fix a divergence between the blueprint previews and the editor. So if you have ever had issues where the thing that you create here is not the thing that you see here, they say they've resolved that issue, which is really nice because I actually have had that issue with some text. Sometimes it was showing on 2 lines when I'm editing, and then when I'm showing the preview or when I'm going ahead to export, it's showing on 1 line. So I'm glad they're able to fix that as well. So yeah, that's that's the new version of Card Creator. That's Card Creator 2.3.0, and you have the ability to restore projects as well. Look at that. I love autosave. That's going to help me so much. That's all they've done so far for 2.3. They do have some amazing things coming for the next version of Card Creator, which is going to be 2.4, and they're calling it the More Panels Edition. So they're going to add support for layer materials of various sizes. They're going to add rounded corners. They're going to add advanced option panel. So that's kind of interesting. They're going to potentially allow some degree of zoom out or fit mode for images. So that's interesting. I noticed that if I didn't have my image ratios correct, then I was having issues with how certain cards were looking. So for example, ooh, this is interesting. Ooh, I don't want to ruin that. Just a second. I need to make a backup of that. I saw in their notes that they were talking about the fact that they were going to need to change the save format. And so I'm not really surprised I'm seeing that message, but let's try. Oh my goodness. Did we break anything? We're seeing lots of spinny circles. I have a lot of cards in the second class Supers game. Okay. Yeah, so that's good. So for example, with this image here, right, it's cut off a little bit on the top and the bottom because the ratio, the image ratio, the width and the height is not set to be, yeah, I don't want to change. Oh, that was weird. Let's try that again. What the heck? I've seen the card. Oh boy. Something's not happy. I wanna... oh, sad. Okay, anyways. The ratio, the image ratio is off, and so it's a little bit cropped on the top and bottom. Not a big deal, but it would be nice to be able to zoom out of the image a little bit. I think the padding might be able to resolve that. I would test it, but whenever I click out of that overlay, I end up not where I want to be. Yeah, anyways, okay. Deal with that later. They're going to add scan code panel so that you can put in like QR codes or barcodes. They're going to add justified text alignment, mirror panels. I don't know what that means, but that should be interesting. They're going to allow for saving the last used colors. They're going to allow more careful merging to determine which side you want to keep the data from. So if you're merging, you know, two text areas or something like that, it'll say, hey, which text area's text do you actually want to keep? They're going to add in SVG image support to the image panels. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they have a really good idea of what they want to do for 2.4. They've actually not only planned out 2.4, but they've planned out 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 3.0, 3.1. So, I mean, this is a project or a tool that I see definitely moving forward at a really nice pace. And if you're looking to create your own card game, I highly recommend checking it out. I hopefully will be able to get my second class Supers cards to work in this new version. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.